Welcome to 321Forms, making your paperwork simply simplified. I'm going to show you how to process your forms as an HR staff. In order to process your forms, you will want to go to the Unassigned Forms. All forms directly come to the Unassigned Forms tab. Once you select the Unassigned Forms link, you can see all of the different employee folders. These are all the forms that have not yet been processed. Let's say we wanted to process a form from Brittany Misson. We go to her employee file folder by selecting the link. Now we can see all the forms that Brittany Misson has submitted. First, let's start by processing the basic employee information sheet. To do so, we select Brittany's name next to the form we're trying to process. Once we do, we are directed to a menu where we can process our form. As we can see, we can do a number of different things in this menu. We can change the form status, which is how we process the form, add notes, archive, see the history of the form, such as when it was submitted or assigned, or reassign it to another HR staff. Let's go ahead and process the form. In order to do so, the first thing we'll want to do is check the form for accuracy. We do so by selecting the PDF icon here. Once we do that, the form is built in a new PDF window. So we can view the form and see that it's legible. We can review it for accuracy. It's in a nice familiar format for us. We can see that information looks accurate, so we can go ahead and close that window. And then we'll process the form by going to the drop-down menu here. Now, when a form is pending, that just means that it's still being processed. So now we can change it to approved or rejected based on the form's accuracy. So the form looks good, so we'll go ahead and approve the form. If the information looks inaccurate, we'll want to reject the form. We can then add a note to the employee saying why it's rejected, but you'll want to contact the employee to let them know the changes that need to be made so that they can resubmit their form. Alright, so this information looks good, so we'll go ahead and approve the form and change the status. Now we can see that the status has been successfully changed. Once we change the status, we are then able to archive the form if we would like. Now when we archive a form, it doesn't delete it by any means. It stores it for you, but it will no longer show in your unassigned forms area, so that we can just focus on those forms that need to be processed if we desire. So I'm going to go ahead and archive this form. By selecting the Archive Form button, we can see that this application has now been archived. Now let's go back to our unassigned forms that we were processing. When I select that link, we can see that now we're still in Brittany Misson's file folder. We can see that her basic employee information form is no longer showing. So that's nice for us to clean up our employee file folders. If you want to access any form submitted by Brittany Misson, whether they're in the unassigned forms or in the archive, all you have to do is go to the search function. If you have additional questions on that, please see the search tutorial. And that is how you process and archive a form. If you have additional questions, please view additional tutorials or contact your 321 Forms technical support. Thank you.